Hey guys, Gaming68 here. As you can tell by my username, of course, I'm going to be reviewing video games. I'm going to start with my first video and review on Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis, even though I played it on the GameCube with the Sonic Mega Collection, but that's beside the point. Anyway, this video isn't scripted, so it might turn out like crap, just like this game is. And you can probably tell by now that I didn't like this game. First off, if you can tell that just by looking at the title that it's weird. Just look. There's some blue animal wearing gloves. Doesn't Mario wear gloves? And you could tell by the title that it's a hedgehog. It doesn't look like a hedgehog. This is what a hedgehog looks like, not this. Then, there's also the fact that he's blue. When I think of hedgehogs, the last thing that pops into my mind is the color blue. Then if you look in the background, there's a bunch of weird checkered shape material. I don't know what that's made out of. Okay, so now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's get on to the actual game. So you run around collecting rings and getting to the goal. Sonic takes a little bit of time to speed up, and when he does speed up, you usually wind up crashing into crap. It's really annoying. And when you get the speed boost, it's pretty much a death trap because you just wind up running into things harder. And it does the same damage, but if you can run into cliffs a lot easier with it on, and get crushed easier. Then, over time, you'll eventually get into a special stage, which is pretty difficult. You wind up getting to the goal every time, and when I do it, I just reset the game because I knew that it was going to get hard to get 50 rings on harder levels. Anyway, so, then eventually you just go and get to Dr. Eggman, right? Well, here he's called Robotnik, but that's beside the point. So, he just spins some ball around. It's easy, really easy. So how come getting to him was so hard, but beating him was really, really easy? Then you go on to Marble Hill Zone, which is just I've played and beaten the entire game with all 6 Chaos Emeralds, and I'd have to say that this is my least favorite one. So you wind up pushing blocks and walking on lava with invincibility, and then you just move on, and it's not fun. The music in this game is pretty nice though. And then the bosses get harder, and it's harder to get to the goal, just like every other game. But then you get to the final boss, and they don't give you any rings. If you've never played this game, then you probably need to know that if you collect these rings, I think they're onion rings, and you collect them, and if you get hit, you lose them all. And if you get hit with them, with none, you die. This is a pretty dumb concept because you can just have one ring and you're fine. Anyway, the final boss has no rings, so you're pretty much screwed the entire time. And it's why? This isn't an arcade game where you can just put more quarters in to make more money. Sega shouldn't have had an excuse. He doesn't have an excuse to make the final boss so difficult. So eventually I beat it, and I learned that beating it with the Chaos Emeralds only gives a slight thing where he lifts them up and they float into the air. So I pretty much wasted my time collecting those. And I spent a lot of time trying to get those by failing special stages and resetting the game because I ran out of possible tracks to get 50 rings on. So overall, I guess I'd have to give this game about a 3 out of 10. It's not the worst game I've ever played, but it's not near the best.